Now we get to turn it all loose.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is Freeman. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Flacco. That one into the hands of Hamilton. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To pass, Flacco. He completes this to Sutton. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. A red zone first down for Flacco. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Passing play, Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. They'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Doxson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say to punt the football there.
So we're changing the analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, rock it. Rock it. Get it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point try by Bailey. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4.
Come on, fellas.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Come get some. Come on, go.
Back to throw now on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
60 outlaws.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Flacco. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Let's go.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played